in the dark. We infrared radio.
Okay, then you say this with me, girl. We were born for this. We're born for this. So you think you're ready? Okay, then you say this with me, girl. We were born for this. We're born for this. We were born for this. We're born for this. We were born for it. We were born for it.
And welcome to Infrared Radio here on the PGP Radio Network. I am Greg. That is Deb. We were formerly known as Midwest ParaTalk Radio, but not anymore. Is it a little loud on your end?
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. Hey, look. It's a little loud on your end.
Yeah. Am I loud on yours?
No, not at all. Cool. So tonight we've got Brandon Alves joining us from Apra Paranormal. They're out in California, and he's got some stuff coming up with making a documentary about his team. He's got some great stories too about his team, Apra Paranormal. So it's going to be a good interview. He's a fun guy, and we've had him on before. And if you guys want to, you also, if you want to see our pretty faces, you can go on over to the Ustream channel there on the webpage, cablegdc.wix.com/PGP radio. If you guys listening to the podcast, you guys can come on over there. We're going to soon have the PGPradio.net website back up, thanks to Deb and her man. And so that's coming to you guys. We'll get back on track with that. I was going to tell you a little bit about the music license stuff.
Yeah, dude.
The governing bodies that handle the copyright stuff for music license increased their fees this year. I guess in 2009, a bill was wrote somewhere on the Hill saying that X amount of money is what we need to mute that is what it would cost for webcasters to be able to broadcast this music out. And this year that bill died and they wrote a new one, so it's three times the amount of what it was for a music license 2 months ago.
That sucks.
I know, sons of
because we poor
butt scratchers. So I'm looking at other alternatives for that. Hopefully we can figure something out. It's $60 a month or $500 to $700 a year is what it is kind of looking at, and I'm like, holy crap.
Yeah, that sucks.
But yeah, it is what it is. And just for all legal intents and purposes, you guys are listening to WPGP Digital Broadcasting in Augusta, Georgia. I got to do that because of the call letters. And keep it all right. Keep it all specially legal and junk. Let me get all the contacts and stuff here to get Brandon on here in a little bit.
Yay!
There we go. But yeah, he's going to come on. It's supposed to get down in the 30s here tonight. Are you kidding me?
Nah.
Really?
We're supposed to get cold. We're supposed to get snow. We're supposed to get more snow.
What?
Right now they're saying a light dusting, perhaps starting Sunday, maybe a couple inches of accumulation. But a week from Friday, from this past Friday, this coming Friday, we might be in for a substantial winter storm. They are still watching things as it comes together, so we'll see. I'm hoping not. It's been a really mild winter up here, considering 2 years ago we had 2 feet of snow on the ground. So hopefully it will stay that way.
Right. Well, last week we got pretty warm. I mean, there was a couple like 75 to 80 degree, almost 80 degree weather.
Mm-hmm.
And then and this week we're looking at only like high 50s, low 60s, and getting down into the 30s during the evening. But you know, that is what it is, I guess. I don't have any snow, so I'm not going to bitch about it.
Yeah, no, I was going to say, crybaby.
What are you trying to say?
No. I'm trying to find the URL for our chat room, and
Okay, it's
thought hold on, let me talk real slow.
Let me help you.
Cable GDC wix.com/PGP radio. Enter.
It says, look everywhere for this page. Maybe we can still help you. There's a cat sitting on a keyboard.
What?
Oh, I forgot a dot. Never mind.
Oh, you're special.
Did I freak you out?
You're special.
Special ed. I'm going to hell. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's not nice.
I know.
Not nice.
I apologize profusely right now.
Right. Say hello to everybody on the YouTube channel. Hello, everyone on YouTube.
Hi, YouTube. Oh.
And on the Ustream. Did you find it?
Hi, Ustream. I'm on the radio. I'm listening for chat. And I don't see nothing.
Listen tab.
Huh?
It's the listen tab.
Oh, my God. I am too old. Someone just kill me now.
Doofus!
Okay, I'm here.
I don't see you. What the?
I'm trying to get this thing.
Did you find it?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to sign in. I hate this. Really?
You know, the folks on YouTube are looking at us like, what the?
Yeah, we're dumb. Never mind. Just carry on.
Why? What? So, what else is going on other than the website stuff? Yeah, we got to get some graphics and stuff together. We're going to change the whole look of the PGP Radio Network website. Kind of put a little less skull and crossbones on it and put a little more professionalism in it for us.
Trying to we's growing up.
Why we want to do that?
No, I don't know.
Oh,
Yeah, my husband, he's retired now, and he has like a little part-time job. He builds websites for local businesses and maintains them. And so Greg mentioned something about wanting to work on a revamp, Midwest ParaTalk Radio and get PGP Radio updated and revamped. And I'm like, wait a minute, I know someone who can do that. And he can do it for free because I'm his wife. So he's working on it, and we're working on it, so keep checking back often. It's going to be fabulous.
fabulous!
Yes, and if anybody has any cool ideas for graphics, feel free. No. I'm working so many hours. Oh my God, I worked today, and I'm kind of slap happy right now because I'm not a morning person, and I had to get up at 5 a.m. to go in and work. So if I sound a little not quite all connected, I'm probably not.
Are you high?
No, I'm not high. I wish. No.
What?
No, I don't do drugs. I'm talking about like a nice glass of wine. But if I do that right now, I'm going to be...
What the hell? That's funny. So yeah, that's the Ustream. I was just checking the audio on that. I can't stop.
Oh my good Lord, turn me down, son.
I turned it off. Holy crap.
I'm on auto.
So, but anyway, like I said, all you guys, thanks for joining. Brandon Albert. So yeah, that's the Ustream. I was just checking the audio on that.
Good Lord, turn me down, son.
I turned it off. Ustream. You can find us on Podomatic.com. I changed the name on that, I believe, as well. And also, you can check us on iTunes. You can look for Infrared Radio / Midwest ParaTalk Radio. Look for one or the other. I'm going to re-register us on iTunes as Infrared Radio. So we'll be on there, and you guys can check out all the shows and download the podcasts and everything from iTunes and all that good business. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and pull Brandon onto the show, and we'll get this interview started.
Awesome.
Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Hello, Brandon.
Yes, sir.
Hey, what's up, buddy? This is Greg and Deb. Well, I guess I should say formerly of Midwest ParaTalk Radio. We've changed our name. It's now Infrared Radio. And
very nice.
I want to welcome you back to our show. It's been a long time since I talked to you.
Yeah, man, it's been a while. Thanks for having me on, dude. I really appreciate it.
No, it's awesome. I'm glad you can come on. You've got, like, a lot of stuff going on, buddy. So we'll cover.
I do, I try to keep busy.
Right. So we're going to cover a lot of that tonight. And for everyone who doesn't know who you are, go ahead and tell everybody, who you are and kind of what you do.
Yeah, well, my name is Brendan Alvis. I'm the founder of the American Paranormal Research Association. I founded the organization in 2006 to solely investigate historical locations throughout the world from a scientific principle. I've been lucky enough to meet many professionals from various technical industries that have been of assistance in helping me prove or disprove supernatural and ghostly phenomena. My interest in the paranormal began at a very young age. In 1995, at the age of 8 years old, I lost my oldest brother to cancer, and in 2004, at the age of 17, I lost another brother to suicide. And I kind of started my whole interest in the paranormal, and I started, doing a lot of research, a lot of book research, speaking to paranormal investigators, speaking to experts, and really gathering a concept of what I was wanting to accomplish prior to ever actually going out into the field to do active field research and documentation. So, it's been 10 years since the founding of APRA, and 2016 actually marks a decade of the organization's existence. We've been lucky enough to do a lot in a very short amount of time. We have the only person in history to receive 2 PhDs simultaneously in any discipline, and Dr. Harry Kloor, who has joined our organization a couple years back, and that's really vaulted us into a whole other level of scientific investigation of ghosts. And it's something that we've been, doing for about 10 years now, and we're looking, at doing it for a lot longer.
That's awesome. Now, you guys, I know at one point you were inventing tools to help with investigating in the paranormal. Are you guys still doing that?
It's something we do dabble in still. Yeah, it's, we, take pieces of equipment from other industries, and we try and adapt that, or we try and come up with other ideas and try and think out of the box. But it's something that we actively still pursue, and it's something that we try and put into our research, and hopefully we can get to the point where these tools are credible enough or useful enough that we can actually supply that to the public in helping prove the existence of a life after death.
Nice. Now, approximately how many investigations have you guys done so far?
Oh, man, over 100 investigations. And when I say over 100 investigations, I mean we've investigated over 100 locations in the past 10 years. Mm-hmm. Again, we've been lucky enough to work with some amazing historical societies, museums, and historical sites where not only have we gone in and tried to document the ghostly phenomena in these buildings or the hauntings, we've also been helping these locations with fundraising efforts where we have an event that's in conjunction with the historical site, where the public comes in, they pay a ticket, and all proceeds from that does benefit the historical restoration of that property. And that's something that we've always been very adamant about with APRA, is that we are very much for historical preservation and allowing people that typically aren't interested in history to use the paranormal avenue to get interested in that history. And it's something that we've been doing for since the organization's existence, and it's something that we, again, will continue to do as we progress with our research.
Right, and that was something that I remember in our previous interviews, is that the majority of the stuff that you guys do is with a historical society, and you get back to those institutions with the investigations and stuff that you guys do, and I thought that was awesome. That I always thought that was really, really cool.
Well, thank you, appreciate it. And I think it's really important that through this field that we can keep these locations around for future generations, and hopefully bring in people to support their local historical sites, or get people interested in their local historical sites when they didn't have an interest before.
Right. Now, do you guys do just I guess paranormal investigations? Do you dabble in any kind of ufology or any other kind of branches of the paranormal?
Actually, we do not. APRA, again, was founded just to document the existence of a life after death. Mm-hmm. We specifically investigate ghosts and hauntings and anything related to ghostly phenomena. Not so much anything outside of that realm. We try and keep it very tight-knit and try and keep our focus to the one topic so we can do the best work possible.
Right. Now, out of all your investigations, which one kind of stands out as being like the drop your jaw, oh my God, investigation?
That's a tough one, but one that sticks out a lot, and one that really changed my perception of the field, was working at the McConaughey Estate in Hayward, California. It was a place that I had multiple experiences over a span of 3 years, that really made me understand that hauntings do exist, and that each type of phenomena of a haunting is different, and that according to the history, according to what took place in a building or a site, that history is deeply rooted in the phenomena that takes place there. So the McConaughey Estate was a place that I experienced on multiple events, paranormal phenomena that correlated over a span of years, that really made me understand that what we were dealing with and what we were attempting to document is a real phenomena.
Mm-hmm. Now, I know one of the things that we had talked about before, way back, I think it was one of the first times that you and I ever talked, we had an EVP of a little girl screaming. It was a Valeska. And I tell Deb about it all the time. I mean, while I was talking to you, I stopped what I was doing. And, I mean, not that I was ignoring you or, we were still having our conversation, but I was investigating as we were talking, their website and reading about it. Now, do you find that like, when you go into, or I guess somebody contacts you and they have problems, but after you guys do your research and report back to them, I mean, is it kind of like mind-blowing to your clients that, I didn't know that this actually happened here, or the possibility of something phenomenal happening to them at that point? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely. That's happened on a number of occasions, as well as the reverse scenario as well, where we have taken a piece of the data to a client and showed them that, and they would tell us a piece of history or give us a piece of documentation that correlated with that data that we did not know prior to collecting it. So, I mean, yeah, it's actually worked both ways. As you sit here and talk about the Valeska axe murders, I'm actually looking up on my wall here in my apartment. I have a framed newspaper article of the Valeska axe murders, and I'm looking at that as we speak about it. So it's always a constant reminder to me every day about what we collected at Valeska, and what happened there, and the idea of that traumatic and tragic event embedding itself in that small little farmhouse is something that I am reminded of constantly, and it's something that keeps me going in the fact that I look at it and I remember what I experienced, I remember what we documented, and it reminds me every day that this phenomena does exist, and that hopefully we'll be able to prove that to the public and scientific community.
Well, are you finding that the longer that you are in the field, that it's easier to actually have a conversation of, real or not with people versus, say, 10 years ago when you first started out doing this? I mean, I still sometimes, I come across skeptics all the time, and, we talk and, they still, either they're skeptic or they start believing or they start getting interested. But do you find that the more you do it and the more time that you're spending in the field, that you're able to have that open dialogue with people more?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that the reason I can do that and the reason I think the communication is easier is because of knowledge and because of field experience and being able to go out there and expending hundreds upon hundreds of hours of field research and documentation, and it really gets you to a position where you can sit there and have a credibility as well as a know-how to explain to someone, almost the formula of a haunting or the research behind it as far as correlating that history with the phenomena. So I think a lot of that comes with, the experience and the credibility of the people we work with, and the way we go about presenting ourselves, and just having an overall knowledge of the way, paranormal investigations should be conducted and how to present that to people.
Right. Now, have you been contacted to come in and clean up another team's mess before?
We have in the past, but we don't work homeowner cases. We don't work cases that involve homeowners and families, not because we don't want to help people, it's because that our goal is to, scientifically document phenomena and to present that to the public and scientific community. So we always investigate locations that we base off of history, not necessarily eyewitness testimony. A lot of times eyewitness testimony is not a credible source of investigation or research. To us, we look at events that take place that we think, hey, this looks like it has the makings of a supernatural or a paranormal type of event, and we base our investigations off that, not necessarily eyewitness testimony. But yeah, unfortunately, we have been contacted about, groups going into homes and experiencing, or going in and making the experience a lot worse. But it's not something we actually pursue. Whenever that happens, we usually just reference people we trust that work specifically on those type of cases.
Right. Exactly. Now, I know that you've been working on different projects and whatnot, but I think specifically you had mentioned that you were doing a documentary.
That's right, man. And this documentary film is going to be about the 10 years of the American Paranormal Research Association, and marking, again, a decade of our research and just really going behind the scenes and allowing people to see behind the veil of the everyday workings of APRA and how we've conducted ourselves. We're going to show footage we've never released before. We're going to go back to the beginning, to 2006, as well as show a bunch of different aspects of our research that we don't really talk about publicly. And we just kind of want to mark the 10 years since we've been doing this and just kind of allow people to see, what we've been doing and what we hope to do in the future.
Nice. And when can we expect that to drop?
Hopefully it's going to be this year, later this year, 2016. It's one of those things where it's waiting to see how everything goes, and the plan is for this year in 2016.
That's awesome. It's awesome. Now, I know that you have all kinds of investigations and stuff that you've included, but can you give us a little hint, like a little bit behind the scenes of what we might be able to expect?
Yeah, man, it's gonna be a lot of information going back to the founding of the organization and the overall evolution of the organization from us just starting out to us working with, professionals and learning the scientific principle and just getting into it deeper and deeper. And you're going to see a lot of different experiments that we've conducted over the years, social experiments, all kinds of different things that we've done. And you're going to see some really, emotional moments with people that have experienced some really traumatic events due to the paranormal and due to these experiments we've conducted. So it's going to be a really interesting documentary. I hope everyone enjoys it, and I hope people think that our style of investigation and the way we conduct ourselves is something that can help further and propel us forward.
Nice. Yeah, I see stories all the time. I had mentioned about having to go in and clean up somebody's mess and somebody not really knowing what they're doing. Do you believe that, I guess some of the paranormal shows out there are giving a false sense of, courage to people that really don't know what they're doing to go out and then they get in trouble?
I do. I think people that are going to do that, conduct themselves that way are going to do it no matter what, I do think that there's a, good amount of people out there that mock what they see on television and not really thinking or realizing that it's, an entertainment product. Not to say that, some of the stuff on these shows aren't real or are not, fiction. Mm-hmm. But as of what's out there today, you really don't see anything that's very logical and this is the way things should be conducted, or you deal with a case this particular way. It's a lot of, fluff, if you will, just to get people to watch and to get people to, get the ratings that they're looking for. But, I think people should always look into this field, at a certain aspect of going back to the beginnings of it and the way things were from the beginning to where it is now. And you should always educate yourself on different styles of investigation or different ways of trying to document it or trying to help someone go in and, ridding a house of a haunting or whatever it may be. I think that people need to really do a lot of research and mainly book research and go back throughout 100+ years worth of documentation and learn the way to properly conduct investigation according to the style that you want.
Right. Yeah, and that's one of the biggest things I think while, doing the investigations and with a prior team is that I kind of felt like, and Deb, you can kind of attest to this, that I was, we were just kind of thrown into the mix and didn't necessarily have the background needed. It was, let's go in and see what we can find. And, I can understand that to an extent. I can understand where, you don't want to give too much to your investigators because you kind of fall in, and maybe you've found this as well, you kind of fall into, oh, well, yeah, that happened. Just like what you said, that happened. But I think overall, I think I would want to know kind of what I was getting into prior to walking into Is everybody still there? It looks like I dropped dead.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
I think you're exactly right about that. You should know what you're walking into prior to getting involved in anything. I think it's just being logical and just, doing things, according to a protocol that should be in place, That's maybe one thing that's lacking with a lot of this, or a lot of styles of investigation, that there's a lack of protocol or a structure to the way things should be conducted.
Right. And, and I'm not saying that my way is the right way at all. Because like you said, everybody has their different styles of doing things, their own set parameters before going into an investigation. But, I just kind of like to have that, okay, I know what's going on here, the claims of activity, then let's go see what we can find. And I don't know about you, but me on a personal level, I've gotten to the point where my investigating is really no longer trying to prove to a field of individuals or anybody for that matter that this is what's going on or that there is, ghosts. I think at this point in my investigation kind of career, I guess I should say, it's more of I just want to find the evidence. I believe that there's paranormal activity, but I just want to try to find out what's going on, where, is it coming from, try to
I'm collecting data.
Yes.
I go into an investigation with the sole purpose of collecting data. And, then I take the data that I collected from X investigation and I compare it to Y investigation. I see if I can find any similarities, if I can find any connections, you know what I mean, that maybe will lead me to other questions and other answers. And then I like to share it with other teams. Mm-hmm. I know some teams that are so very protective of their data and don't want anybody else to see or hear or talk about anything until a certain time. And it's like, I'm all about, let's share what we know, because knowledge is power, and the more we share, the closer we're going to get to the answers that we're looking for.
Right. Exactly. Now, I imagine you get a lot of evidence coming your way, just wanting you to take a look at it and whatnot. Do you find that if you look at something and you can say, okay, yeah, this is caused by this is lens flare, this is dust, do you find the individuals that have given you this evidence are a little upset that you tell them what you think it is?
From time to time that does happen, but I always like to, allow someone to, give me their side of what they're explaining or trying to show. Mm-hmm. And I would like, with some that's very interesting, but, it could possibly be this as well. And just to give it aside of the conversations where I'm not telling them without a shadow of a doubt that this is exactly what it is, I like to try and help educate them in a way that maybe it makes them think about it a little more. Maybe they see it from another point of view that makes it, easier to understand. So, yeah, it does happen sometimes that people do get a little upset over a natural phenomenon that they believe to be a supernatural phenomenon. But the best way to, go about that is just to tell them that, what they're doing is very interesting and that it could possibly be this as well.
Right, exactly. Well, see, and I just bring it up because I've had that actually happen where, somebody has given me a piece of evidence and I've looked at it or I've listened to it and I don't hear anything, and then I tell them or see anything other than something natural, and they get a little huffy, but it is what it is, I guess, I mean, everybody wants the Holy Grail, and sometimes it, just bursts bubbles, and unfortunately they get mad. But,
that's right, it is what it is, and you just have to, do your best in trying to help educate someone in understanding natural phenomena versus something that is unexplainable.
Now, when you guys investigate, like we discussed earlier, everybody has a different way of doing things. What do you find the best way to do your EVP sessions?
The best way to do that is to, have an array of different types of audio recording devices. Anything from digital audio recorders, little handheld digital audio recorders, to high-end condenser mics, shotgun mics, omnidirectional mics. Mm-hmm. Anything you can use to document the different frequencies the human ear can hear and can't hear is the best way of going about it. And you're trying, the best way to do that is to do it in a controlled environment and to do it for an extended period of time. Using the short burst method can work as well, but anytime we go into a building, we want to monitor that building for the entire duration of the time we're there, just so we know what the environment is and we know what we're dealing with when it comes to, again, natural or supernatural phenomena. So the best way to go about that is to have different types of audio devices that hopefully can correlate with each other, or even if you get something on one device that doesn't show up on another, you're able to actually take this data and put it into a spectrum analysis, break it down frequency by frequency, and have an understanding of what you're hearing and where it's possibly coming from.
Mm-hmm. We, Deb and I seem to be, when we were investigating together, it seems like we could get an EVP anywhere,
Yeah, we're like magnets,
It was really kind of eerie.
antennas. It's like we're like playing moths come to us.
Yeah.
I mean, I had like 49 really, really good ones. One investigation. I was excited about that.
Right. And it's just fun. I guess the audio aspect of it, I think, is what gets me. That's what tickles fancy. I like hearing the responses to the questions that are answered or asked rather, and it just kind of it's that little extra thrill for me.
And I love it when a person that we've done, that we were working with in regards to a location, gives us confirmation if they actually ID the voice. We've had people that have, a whole group of people recognize the voice as that of someone that they knew had recently passed.
Right.
And it's like, the recognition was so immediate for the whole group. A couple of people actually started crying, and it was like incredible confirmation. I mean, for me as a researcher and for the data that I'm collecting, and also it seemed to give them some comfort to know, to hear that person's voice again. So I think it was a win-win situation in that aspect.
Right. Now, do you guys use like any type of Radio Shack hacks or Frank's boxes or anything like that, Brandon?
We do not. No, we stick to devices that we know exactly how they work, and we know if they're being interfered with. Something that we have a good grasp on, and can really consult somebody if we need an expert in helping us understand exactly how the device works. Mm-hmm. Those particular types of devices, are influenced very easily by natural phenomena, radio frequencies and different frequencies that are around us all the time. And it's something that, not to say that people shouldn't use that sort of investigation, but it's something that we particularly don't use from scientific principle, and just knowing that we don't really have a full control over what we are, using when we use a device like that. It's easily influenced by natural phenomena, and we want to have something that we have more of an understanding of that piece of equipment, and knowing that when we're having a interference or something that's not an interference.
Right. So do you guys do quite a few like paranormal conventions or meet and greets and whatnot?
Excuse me, can you say that again? I did not hear the question.
Do you guys do quite a bit of like paranormal conferences and like meet and greets and stuff like that?
We do, and it's something that we did a lot more in the past, but as of late, we've been super busy with a lot of, different projects and a lot of research we've been working on that we haven't got out as much as we'd like. The last one we were a part of, we did a panel at Stan Lee's Kamikaze, which was a standing room only panel. It was a very well-attended panel. It was fantastic, and people were very receptive to the panel and to our ideas when it comes to paranormal investigation and the way we conduct our research. So it's something we have done in the past, and we hope to continue to do in the future. But we have a lot going on right now within the organization, and we're just concentrating on furthering our research and trying to take that to the next level.
Awesome. What I know sometimes you can't say, but what investigations do you have coming up?
Right now, we don't have anything booked that's immediate. We have a lot of stuff in the works, and we have a lot of locations that we plan on visiting, but nothing that we can talk about at the moment. But one thing I can talk about is that myself and Dr. Harry Kohler will both be at the Preston Castle Paraton in September. That'll be one of the few events, maybe the only event we do this year in 2016. So, we have a lot going on, and a lot of stuff that we hope we can share with everyone here in the near future.
Awesome. Yeah, I just recently moved down to Georgia, and I've found that with as much history and paranormal history that you hear about in Georgia, that it really seems to be closed off to the paranormal field. I mean, there's like one team here that I know of, and there's one guy that does like a haunted like tour of the city. And so I'm looking to try to maybe kind of open it up a little bit. You know, originally we were talking about trying to get like a paranormal meet and greet or some kind of paranormal conference going on down here, but that's going to be at least a couple years down the road. I mean, it takes a lot to do stuff like that, you know?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. But it's a lot of work, man. You know, it's you got to have a passion and dedication for what we do in order to fulfill it.
That's exactly right. Excuse me.
The documentary that you guys are making about your group, is it going to be available to, when it's finished, will it be available to view on your website, or how's it going to work?
We're not exactly sure yet. That's going to be something we work out later. We'll probably do screenings and get it out there and let people experience it. But as of right now, we are not exactly sure. That all that information will be announced once we are closer to the date of it being released.
It's exciting. I've been involved in something like that before. It's a lot of fun and it's exciting.
Absolutely,
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty awesome. I'm looking forward to it as well because, I mean, like I said, I mean, I've heard some of the EVPs and some of the stuff that you've put out, and it's just, some of it's just like crazy, mind-blowing cool. Now, I perused your website. Go ahead and put your website out there for us, Brandon.
Yeah, you can find us at APRAparanormal.com. Again, that's APRAparanormal.com. We're on Twitter as well. All the same, APRA Paranormal. Twitter, Facebook, any kind of social media, Instagram, all of it. You can find us anywhere, all under the same name. So if you want to find us and communicate with us or talk to us about what you have going on, or you want to ask us questions about our research, we are very open to speaking to anyone at any time.
That's awesome. Yeah, you got audio and stuff and pictures and everything that I saw out there, right? So everybody can take a look.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. All of our data is available to the public. Anything we do collect that we believe to be supernatural or something we can't explain is something that we provide to the public and can be seen at any time.
Awesome. Now, what's the name of the documentary going to be?
The name of the documentary is going to be Into the Dark is the name, and we have a series of trailers that are out there. You can watch a few different teaser trailers, one for each member of APRA, as well as an overall teaser trailer that you can see on YouTube. And again, our YouTube channel is APRA Paranormal, and just go ahead and take a look, and everyone let us know what you think about it.
Awesome. Now, I guess a question I have kind of on a business level, can I go ahead and link that on the website? On our website?
Absolutely.
Awesome.
We would love that, man. We really appreciate that, and any support we can get in advancing this field and trying to, put data out there that the public as well as the scientific community can see and relate to and hopefully understand is something that we're always looking to do.
Yeah, I'm definitely wanting to do that. Actually want to do, stuff like that for the guests and stuff that come on and kind of, like you said, link them out and everybody can take a look at what you're doing, get in touch with the team if they need to, learn about your team. I think that's a positive aspect of the whole, paranormal field. I mean, you hear everyone say, paranormal unity, but, let's act on it, let's do it, get it done. So, but yeah, that's awesome. I'm having a really hard time with Skype tonight.
Really? I was going to tell Brandon your website is really awesome. It's very well done and very interesting.
Thank you. We try and keep it as simple as possible and just, have all the information right there and not make it too muddy and just easy for people to navigate and understand what's going on, with the organization and make it as user-friendly as possible.
Yeah. Well, you have succeeded.
Awesome sauce. So, all
Are you
right.
still there? Oh, okay.
Yeah, we're here. I'm just having Skype's being a pain in the butt. But we're going to go ahead and let you jump off here, Brandon. I want to thank you for coming on with us, buddy. Sorry that the Skype is messing up. I'm having problems hearing you. I'm having problems hearing Deb. It's just crazy. But go ahead and put your website out there one more time for us.
Absolutely, yeah. Again, APRAparanormal.com, and you can find myself as well on social media, Brandon Alvis, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, all that good stuff. I'm constantly posting about APRA and letting everyone know what we're up to, and you can follow all the APRA social media also. But again, man, thanks for having me on, guys. Really appreciate it, and hope to speak with you guys again soon.
Thank you, my friend, and you take care, and we'll be looking forward to the documentary.
Thanks, guys. Have a good night.
Later, buddy.
Bye-bye.
All right, that was Brandon Alvis with APRA Paranormal. I lost Deb.
Hello?
Hello again, Deb.
I'm back.
Wow. I'm having a really horrible time with the Skype. Did you hear it?
It hung up on me, son.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Crazy. I hope it didn't.
Yeah, that was interesting. He sounds like a very interesting group. Their website really is really great. You need to go check that website out. It's really well done, and there's so much information on there. It's so interesting to look at. I could look at it for a long time.
Brandon,
But
right. Brandon, he's a good guy. He really
Yeah.
is. And, he's one of those guys that, if you ever have a question about anything, all you need to do is hit him up and find out, and he'll talk to you, and, questions, answers. But definitely I want to link on our website for APRA Paranormal. So
Sure.
we'll I'll see about getting the banner.
Oh,
and all
sure.
for-
Just shoot an email to the old man.
I will do that. So,
He will do it. He'll make a whole links page.
right?
Our little networking corner,
Yeah.
where teams can check each other out and check each other's data out.
Yeah.
I think that's important, and that's cool.
Yeah, I think it is too. I mean, the more people that we can help out and promote, I think, like I said, it just opens up possibilities for everybody to get to know everybody, and that's always good.
Getting to know. Oh God, don't let me sing.
Okay, so
Remember that time? Was it me and you that were going to do a singing contest or some harebrained thing like that?
that was oh gosh, that was a long time ago.
I know. That's long.
What we were going to do is everybody was going to do like a 30-second snippet, a 30-second snippet of a song. Shut up. Of a song that, they just, one of their favorite songs or whatever. But nobody did it but me. I put it out there and everyone else was like, ah!
I did.
Whatever. Oh, I just
It was lame.
whatever. I don't remember.
Yeah.
I think we got to do that again, though.
Yeah.
30
But this time we have to do it in front of the camera and videotape it on YouTube.
That's right. That's right.
Oh, that's scary. Sure.
Right.
It was okay to hide behind the mic.
Wait, I can still hide behind the mic. There you go.
I can't even see you. All I see is
Well, you can see the Ustream
here. Oh, I guess
or the
it's,
YouTube page. It's live.
Well, yeah, later. Not right now.
It streams live, and then
Oh, yeah.
yeah. So, all right, you guys, look for Infrared Radio on Ustream and on YouTube, iTunes. You can find it, our podcast out there. You can also find it on Podomatic.com. Just look for Deb and Greg on.
Yes, we are everywhere.
Yes, we are. So, we're gonna knock off this horrible audio, and I'm gonna. I hope the video is okay. If not, you guys stick with us. I'll get it all figured out.
Yeah, hang with us. We're a whip. We're work in progress. We're just gonna get better and better and better.
That's right. That's right. So, all right, guys. Remember, check us out on everything, and we'll see you guys next Saturday night, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, here on the PGP Radio Network. Look for Infrared Radio. We'll see you next week.
Bye.
You've been listening to Infrared Radio here on the PGP Radio Network. Join Deb and Greg every Saturday night, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, WPG Radio, Augusta, Georgia.
Oh no, I just keep on falling back to the same road. And where's hope when misery comes crawling? With your faith, you'll trigger a landslide. You kill off this common sense of mine. It takes acquired minds to taste this wine. Down it with your eyes. So we don't need the headlines. We don't need the headlines. We just want.
You're tuned in to WPGP Digital Radio, Augusta, Georgia.